Hey everybody, happy weekend. Here's my homegrown salad, grown straight from the garden. The majority of it is homegrown. All of the lettuces, the tomatoes are homegrown. I did add some baby spinach that I got in the store, as well as some olives, so it looks really good. And then after I eat this, I'm going to bake some grain-free brownies. Okay, so I'm making the brownies now. I'm making grain-free almond flour brownies. I found a recipe on allrecipes.com that's just like a regular white flour, white sugar recipe, but I'm just gonna kind of modify it as I go to do like almond flour. So I'm just gonna get all the necessary ingredients I need. Okay, so I have cacao powder, high in antioxidants. I talked about this in my top five foods that fight the aging process. I love cacao powder. I'm also going to use chocolate chips. I'm probably yelling, I'm sorry if that's too loud for you. I'm using chocolate chips in the brownies. And then coconut palm sugar, supposedly, allegedly, it's lower glycemic. I'm not sure if that's correct. Ooh. And then almond flour is going to be like my main flour. I'm going to replace all the white flour with almond flour in this recipe just to lower the carbohydrate count as well as just increase the nutrient quality. Also in my video, my top 5 videos that fight the aging process, I can't remember what title it is, I also included almonds as a powerful anti-aging food, 2 eggs, and I'm going to use butter. It says half a stick of butter, but almonds are generally oily already, so I probably don't need to use this much butter. Baking powder, vanilla extract, and then I just need some Celtic sea salt, and then I'll be ready to go. Okay, sea salt has been added. Let's see. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. In a large saucepan, melt half a cup of butter, remove from heat, and stir in sugar, eggs, and vanilla extract. Okay, so I don't know if I should do all this butter or just maybe like 2/3 of it. I'm gonna do 2/3 of the butter because I probably don't even need that much. How was your week, everybody? Did you have a good week? I had a good week. We're so close to Christmas. I can't wait. This is sort of like my Christmas baking that I'm doing right now. I really like to bake around this time of year. It just like, it warms the whole house, I feel like, and having those smells and I don't know, it's just very Christmassy for me. I love baking like spiced like gingerbread and things like that. Even though I don't eat it a lot, I still love the smells of it. The smells. Okay, so here's the butter. I'm gonna melt the butter in the microwave. I was gonna lick the knife, but I won't do that on camera. So let's see, the butter's melting. What else do we need to do? I'm gonna measure the sugar out. So it says 1 cup of white sugar. I'm gonna use, again, coconut palm sugar. I probably will mix this with some stevia packets that I have, just to sort of cut down again on the carbohydrate. Because again, it's marketed as low glycemic, but I haven't really seen a lot of evidence or research to suggest that's true. So I would probably use maybe 3/4 of a cup of, the butter's ready. Okay, false alarm. But let's go ahead and, oh, the bowl's in the microwave. Let's see if this is enough sugar. I have these stevia in the raw packets. I think 1 packet is like the sweetness of 2 teaspoons of sugar, so gotta do the math on that. 1 second. Let's see, 1/4 of a cup of sugar would be 4 tablespoons, right? 4, and there's 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. So it would be 12 teaspoons divided by 2 is 6. So I need 6 packets. Does that sound right? 6 times 2 is 12. Okay. 2, 4, 6. I rarely use these. I need to start baking with this more. Okay, finally, the butter has been melted, thankfully. So let's go ahead and add the sugar, coconut palm sugar. So let's do 1/4 of a cup. Another 1/4 of a cup. It actually doesn't have to be as sweet as a cup of sugar just because I'm adding chocolate chips in this and that's gonna just sort of amp up the sweetness anyway. So I'll add the stevia. Stevia. Do you say stevia or stevia? La 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 la. You can hear the fan going. Okay. Now stir in the sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So let me get the vanilla opened. I've heard of people using vanilla extract as like a natural perfume. They just apply it on either side of the neck. Pure vanilla extract, that is. All right. And then I stir in the eggs, making sure not to scramble them in the hot butter. I don't know if you can make this vegan, like using a flax egg or a chia egg. I'm not, oops. Put a little shell in there, shall we? I'm not sure if you can make it vegan or not. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can make it vegan or not, but I guess you could try. Maybe I'll try that in my next vegan vlog. Okay, so I stir this around. And then I can stir in 1/3 cup of cocoa and 1/2 cup of flour. I think I might have to use a cup of almond flour because almond flour isn't as absorbing of liquid as regular flour. But let me start with the cacao powder. Cacao powder, and then 1/2 cup of flour. So I'll start with 1/2 cup first, and then see if I need any more than that. I might need like 3/4 cup of almond flour. Can you see that? It's actually coming together quite nicely. I may not need any more flour. I think brownies are supposed to be a little bit on the thicker side, like in comparison to cake or cupcake batter. This might just need a little bit more flour. Maybe start with like 1/8 cup, let's see. 1/8 cup of almond flour. Just add that in. Oh yeah, that might be all that I need actually. Okay, so salt and baking powder. How much salt? 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. Salt. Powder. Just stir that in, shall we? It looks really good. I don't know if you can see that, but oh wow, that's really rich and nice. It tastes really good. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add the chopped walnuts. This recipe doesn't have the walnuts or the chocolate chip recipe add-in, so I'm just gonna add like maybe 1/4 cup of each of chocolate chips and walnuts. I'll add a little bit more. Start with 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. It seems like plenty actually. It's a good mix, I think. Here's the batter. So we just need to put it in a greased 8-inch square pan. Was this seriously in this shot this whole time? Okay, so I'm gonna spray this with the coconut oil spray. Okay, that's probably too much. All right, let's go ahead and pour this in there, shall we? Okay, there it is. It's a little on the thin side, but it should bake up, like, because of the baking powder and the eggs, it should bake up. Okay, the timer just went off and I'm really excited because they smell really good and they look very good too as well. I don't know what it is about a camera turning on that I just can't talk in coherent sentences. I don't know how to talk. Ugh, it's annoying. Okay, so here are the brownies. I guess the brownies, because it's one sheet, but I'll just stick a toothpick in the center. It comes out clean. I baked it at 350 for 25 minutes and it looks really good. All right, so they have sufficiently cooled. I just ate dinner, so I'm gonna eat one now and just give you my reaction thoughts on these almond flour, grain-free, sugar-free kind of brownies. Ooh, they're actually quite, can you see? Let's see. They're actually quite firm. They baked up quite a bit actually. And they look like brownies and they feel like them too. So let's go ahead and get a reaction shot, shall we? They're actually really good. They're a little bit more like cake type brownies. They're not fluffy, but they're... The only fudgy thing about them are the chocolate chips that are still kind of melted. It's really good for being like a flourless brownie that doesn't have real sugar in it. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you for joining me on my weekend vlog. I really appreciate you watching me and hanging out with me this weekend. I hope you had a great weekend. Please hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you feel like watching more of my videos, which I hope you do. And leave me a comment down below too. Let me know if you're baking anything this weekend or if you're baking anything gearing up for the holiday season. Okay, I'll see you all later. Bye.